So our story begins with a pair of brothers. Beginning of the year, like year 0, Urza is born. Beginning of the year, end of the year, Mishra is born. And they are much alike, but get very different.
And they're just jerks and they hate each other. They're always squabbling, like, oh, give me that gear, no, give me that gear. I don't know, whatever artificer kids fight about.
And they get sent away to an archaeological dig by their dad, right? And along with a family friend, Tokasia. And Urza is into it.
Then one day, their master Tokasia, probably just to get them out of the workshop for a little while and stop their bickering, takes them into this cave. Now, Tokasia doesn't know it, but it's an evil cave. The Caves of Koilos, formerly called the Caves of the Damned, but that was not so good for tourism.
And they found this Thran Power Stone, which had been split in half. And of course, each brother took a half. And then Urza decided to name the halves of the Power Stones.
And Urza's like, oh, we got 2 stones. I think I'll take the Might Stone. You can have the Weak Stone, Mishra. And so he gives it to Mishra. And Mishra's like, oh, thanks, Urza.
They got into a fight where they blasted each other with lasers or something and stormed off in opposite directions.
So in the Cave of Koilos, there is a portal. And through the portal, Mishra learns of the Phyrexians. And what happens is, as Mishra sort of gets tainted by the Phyrexians, he gets more and more evil. And he's like, okay, Phyrexians, I will join you and I will defeat my brother Urza.
And then they build a bunch of machines. Urza's like, this machine will crush Mishra. And Mishra's like, this machine will crush Urza. And they're like strip mining everything, like that card strip mine, you know. And they have like war machines, like Mishra has a war machine, like that card, Mishra's war machine. And then, you know, they're fighting a bunch and it's getting worse and worse.
And so, as the things build up, Urza realizes how horrible the Phyrexians are. And Urza's like, I vow, I will forever stop the Phyrexians. And he says that, and he really means it. And it comes up again and again, so remember that.
And so Urza decides, you know what, it's time to put a stop to all this. So he gets the most powerful artifact of them all, which is like a designer bowl. He's like, that's a cool bowl. I bet I could use it to have an apocalypse.
And he uses it to just destroy a good chunk of Dominaria. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it. And just decimates things, and he kills his brother Mishra. And he's like, no! I had to do it, but no! And he's really sad, and he sparks. He becomes a planeswalker.
And now that the war is over and he's gone, he's obsessed with reversing Mishra's death. And he wants to punish the Phyrexians because he holds them responsible.
And so he decides, okay, what do I need? I need to start a wizard school. And he's like, hey, everybody, send me your young wizards. No, there certainly won't be any unethical experimentation on them. What would give you that idea? And so they all come from all over the world to his extremely dangerous and irresponsible wizard academy, the Tolarian Academy.
Not all of the professors were exactly trustworthy. Some of them were all involved in some highly unethical experiments. People were constantly being torn apart by time rifts or just old-fashioned blown up in laboratory accidents.
And then Urza builds Karn just to be this probe. He's just supposed to kind of travel through time and check stuff out. And everybody's like, hey, Urza, are you gonna name it? He's like, why would I name it? It's a thing. And the probe is like, hey, I'm right here, man. And then Joyra comes and names him Karn and is his friend. Joyra's like, Karn, you're my friend. Karn's like, what's a friend? And she explains, this is what a friend is. And then he's like, oh, Joyra is my friend, so that's great. And so then Urza starts sending Karn on trips into the past in his time machine. He can only go like a little bit into the past, so it's like, you know, I can't remember where I left my keys? Can you like go look like an hour ago when I had them last kind of stuff? But it's definitely time travel, so that's good.
In trying to make all the time things happen, he ends up creating an explosion! A temporal disaster happens! Because once again, messing with time is really not a good idea. But Urza's like, no! I regret most of what I've done!
And there were just bubbles of time everywhere. It's just fast time and slow time, and it was like you would be walking along and like suddenly you'd age 100 years.
So now they refound the Academy on this island where time is fractured, and Urza being Urza isn't like, wow, this is so terrible, how can I fix it? He's like, wow, I can do some cool experiments now that time is broken. He's not gonna let a little thing like breaking time get in the way of him doing what he really loves, which is hating Phyrexians.
Urza's like, I shall make a mighty weapon called the Weather Light, and it should be a ship, a flying ship that can go between planes. And when assembled correctly with a various of items called the Legacy, will become the Legacy weapon that can stop the Phyrexians.
And he goes to Jari, he's like, I built it. Like, wow, it's like 300 feet long and it's sleek and it can go like faster than the speed of sound. What do you think? Jari's like, it's okay, I guess. Urza's like, fine, whatever, you're the captain.